Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, I want to talk about Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, one of my favorites of the royal family. I've been dying to make this video and thought this would be a great opportunity to talk about her. Now, I wouldn't be able to talk about her without showing this picture and the next picture because they are two of my absolute favorites. So this is from 2017. This was at Royal Ascot. Sophie had, I believe she was either entering or exiting the carriage, and she got caught and she started to trip. Catherine caught her, and these were the facial expressions that they both made. You know my feelings on Catherine. You know how much I love Catherine, Princess of Wales, and I do. I really enjoy Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, one of the Queen's favorites. And I can't wait to talk about her, but here's the other picture that I love so much. Look at both of their faces. That would so be me every time I tried to get in or out of a carriage. I would end up accidentally, maybe on purpose, trying to fall on Catherine. I love this picture so much. Let's get into this video. Honk, honk. Thanks for being here, everybody. Formerly known as Sophie Helen Rhys-Jones, is married to the youngest sibling of King Charles III. She's married to Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh. She has a background in public relations. She's represented firms across the UK, Switzerland, and Australia. She ended up opening up her own agency. She met Edward in 1987 while she was working for Capital Radio. The pair began dating around 1993, and they announced their engagement in 1999. They were wed at one of my all-time favorites, St. George's Chapel and Windsor Castle. They have two children, Lady Louise Mountbatten-Windsor and James Mountbatten-Windsor, Earl of Wessex, who are respectively 16th and 15th in line to the British throne. They're formally known as the Earl and Countess of Wessex. You've probably heard her referred to as that, Countess of Wessex. They established a foundation, the Wessex Youth Trust, in 1999, where they supported initiatives and charity that help children and young people. Now let's talk about the fun stuff. This is another one of my favorite pictures as well. The Queen is said to have loved Sophie so much she called her her other daughter. Researching things about her, one of the things I continued to come across was people calling her a stabilizing influence and a safe pair of hands. She's said to have had a low-key approach to royal engagement and often drives herself to and from events. Now, we have also seen her at royal engagements like, well, this one, where I just love her so much. Look at the look on her face. Who could blame her, right? But poor thing often got stuck in a car with this one. I would really like to have tea with Sophie and find out what that was like. So something else I was learning about when I was putting this together, and I remember reading this before, is that Charles really feels strongly and fondly about, well, Sophie as well, of course, as Prince Edward. But it's something along the lines of he was trying to save Duchess of Edinburgh title because it's one of his favorite places. He was going to give it to Charlotte, but he just has this affinity for Sophie as well. So Sophie ended up getting that title. And if I understand it correctly, it will not pass on to their children, leaving it open that eventually it could go to Charlotte. So as reported, she had her own PR firm. She ended up leaving that to become a full-time working member of the royal family. She now is patron of some 70-plus charities and organizations. She's especially focused on aiding those with disabilities. Back in 2012, Sophie teamed up with Queen Elizabeth and the Diamond Jubilee Trust with the goal of raising enough money to end preventable blindness in the Commonwealth. 10 years later, Sophie ended up back in Malawi as it was the first country to eliminate a major cause of blindness. With the help of funds raised through the Jubilee, Sophie went to town to celebrate. So, again, people ask why I love her. This is one of the 100 million reasons why I love her. She seems very hardworking, very kind, great mother, great person. I love her relationship with William and Catherine. We're starting to see her out more. She recently did, it was an event where she and Prince William had gone out, and I love seeing her out. I think, I understand why people love her, right? She's such a valued member of the royal family. While putting this together, this video, I did come across this article, which I found very interesting. I thought we could take a look at. It says Duchess of Edinburgh is a bridge between royal generations, as has formed a tight bond with William and Catherine during a period of turbulence for the royal family. So the Prince and Princess of Wales are said to have formed a tight bond with the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh over the recent months. The past year has been particularly challenging for William and Catherine, who have mourned the loss of Queen Elizabeth II and taken on new duties within the royal family, while a rift remains between Prince and Princess of Wales and their estranged idiot brother, Prince Harry. However, I love that, by the way, that they didn't even mention Maggie Poo in here. However, a royal expert has claimed the royal couple have helped to manage challenge over the last year by forming close friendships with Duchess Sophie and Prince Edward. Okay, this was going to be a video about Sophie, not so much Meghan, but they brought it up, so I'm going to keep going with it. Listen, one of my favorite moments is this one right here. Remember, Kermit Goes to Church. Thank you, HG Tutor, for that. You got, it ain't easy being green. It ain't easy finding the right bra over here. Staring down Sophie. And when you watch the video, Meghan looks away, and everybody says, Sophie won. It's brilliant. This is the same event where Meghan raced around some chairs to get ahead of Sophie and Edward. I mean, unbelievable, right? What a spoiled, pompous brat. So funny to watch, though. Definitely take a look at that. But yeah, they got into a stare down at this church. And I mean, seriously, I think Sophie and Edward both, we've seen them talking to Harry. They tried. There's no talking to Harry. That guy is such a doofus. So, you know, they chose right. They stuck with William and Catherine, and look how that's worked out versus the two bozos on the end there. Not so much. So the article continues with Jeannie Bond, a former royal correspondent for the BBC, who said, sometimes it seems strange to realize there are two different generations of royals as they seem much closer. She added couples have formed a tight bond during difficult times with both Harry and Meghan's departure to the U.S., good riddance, and then all that stuff going on with Andrew, and then, of course, the Queen's passing. So it goes on to say Sophie in particular is a wonderfully empathetic woman. The late Queen regarded her as another daughter, Miss Bond told OK Magazine. She added the Duchess acts as a brilliant bridge between generations. Here we have her looking beautiful in florals. She's joining William for an engagement. It was in Battersea at the power station, I believe. Article goes on to say that mother of two Sophie is especially important in the lives of her nephew and niece-in-law, of course, William and Catherine, thanks to her all-around discretion. And she's been pictured on Buckingham Palace balcony, sharing tender moments with Princess Charlotte, Prince George, and Prince Louis. All right, as we wind down talking about Sophie, I thought I'd show you just a few more of my favorite pictures. Of course, her with Catherine, accidentally twinning in blue. It's so fun. And then we have this one of Prince Philip, who's often described as having a love for Sophie as well. And then, of course, I love any pictures of Sophie with the Queen. I think it's so fun, and they just had such a nice relationship. And again, when researching this, I found so many instances where they said she's said to have called the Queen Mama, and was said to become kind of a rock for her after the passing of Prince Philip. So again, I just wanted to bring you more things like this, a little sunshine for your day. I want to continue to branch out and kind of talk about each of the different members of the royal family, what they're up to, what they're known for, that sort of thing. And I thought this would be a lovely one that we could all enjoy. I hope you enjoyed it. I love this picture too. The Queen struggled to cut this cake, and so they were kind of having a laugh about this. But so many fun pictures of Sophie with the Queen. Just lovely memories here. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. If you want to further support the channel, you know how to do it. Check out the merch we got, Make It Make Sense. Recollections may vary. Or check out Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can become an executive producer. So again, here are my list of executive producers. A huge thank you to each and every one of you for continuing to support the channel. You guys are the best. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you have the best day, and I truly can't wait to bring you more videos like this. Let me know if there's somebody you want me to talk about. I keep thinking I really want to do Princess Anne, Princess Royal very soon. And if there's somebody else you want to see, please let me know. I welcome them all. Thank you. Have the best day. Bye-bye.